Good day, class. Another week is ahead of us. That is why we will unravel another meaningful lesson. But before that, of course, we will have a short review about our previous lesson, which is good. Models of communication. Come on! Directions. Put the phrases or statements in the correct column. Write the letter of your answer on a separate sheet of paper. Please note, class, that I changed some items and contextualized them. I'll give you 3 seconds to answer each item. Column 1, linear model. Column 2, interactive. And column 3, transactional model. Are you ready, class? Come on, let's do this. Letter A, charm model of communication. What is your answer? Did you answer interactive? Then you are correct. Letter B, Shannon-Weaver model of communication. What did you answer? Did you answer linear model? Congratulations, you are still on the right track. Letter C, a two-way communication process where feedback is given after a message is sent. Did you answer interactive again? Great! Letter D, shows circular process between the communicators. Did you answer transactional model? Nice one! Keep going! Letter E, barriers affect the smooth flow of communication. Did you answer transactional model again? Great job! Letter F, a one-way communication process. What did you answer? Great job! Linear model. Let's have letter G, Miss Universe Philippines question and answer portion. What did you answer? Correct. It's interactive. You made the right choice. Letter H, reciting a poem in front of the class. What did you answer? Keep it up. Linear model. Let's have letter I, group work collaboration with your classmates. Wonderful! It's transactional model. Let's have the last one, focusing on the message sent. I'll give you a hint, class. In this, there's no feedback. Great! It's linear model. Alright, class, I guess you are more than ready to begin our new lesson. But this time, you should have a full understanding that the main goal of communication is for you to have shared meaning of the message. Unfortunately though, class, we have to admit that this does not happen all the time due to barriers. What are these barriers? Well, let's have an activity called 4 Picks, 1 word for you to have an idea. Come on! Well, some of you are familiar with the activity, but for those who are not, hear how it works. You will see 4 pictures and you will try to identify their common denominator. There's also a set of letters below that will also serve as hint to guess the targeted word. I will give you 5 seconds to guess each word. Ready? Let's go! Number 1. Did you answer physical? Good. Number 2. You seem good at this. Psychological is correct. Number 3. I'm hearing you saying basic. That is cultural. Great. Let me see if you can still guess this one. Awesome. Linguistic. Recognizing the barriers or obstacles to effective communication is important, class, in order for you to avoid communication breakdown, or commonly known as miscommunication or misunderstanding. So here are the some of the barriers that may cause communication failure. Barriers to communication. Number 1. Physical barriers. Physical barriers are the natural or environmental condition that act as a barrier in communication in sending the message from sender to receiver. Take a look at this sample. Did you hear those, class? Those are examples of physical noise or physical barriers. Other examples are people talking too loud, noise from a construction site, loud sound of a karaoke, blaring of jeepney horns. Let's now have psychological barriers. Psychological barriers are called as mental barriers. These refer to social and personal issues of a speaker towards communicating with others. Examples: trauma, shyness, lack of confidence, depression, fear, stage fright. In our module class, it specified speaker only, but this can also happen to the receiver. Take a look at the sample. Yes, friend, what were you saying again? You know what, friend, I'm sorry. I'm really worried about this COVID pandemic. Next is cultural barriers. Cultural barriers pertain to communication problems encountered by people regarding their intrinsic values, beliefs, and traditions in conflict with others. People's culture affect the way they communicate and relate to others. Examples: different beliefs, traditions, and customs, manners of dressing, speaking. Next is linguistic barriers. Linguistic barriers pertain to conflicts with regard to language and word meaning, because words carry denotative and connotative meanings. They can sometimes cause confusion and misunderstanding. Meaning of words and symbols also vary depending on culture. Example: different in language, accent and dialect, use of jargon. When we say jargon, class, it refers to the set of specialized vocabulary in a certain field. Next, we have slang. Class, please do not be confused with the difference between slang and accent. According to Oxford English Dictionary 2004, accent means a particular way of pronouncing a language associated with a country, area, or social class. Slang, on the other hand, means informal language that is more common in speech than in writing and is typically restricted to a particular context or group. Okay, I hope you got that clear. Last, we have speech defects or language impairments. Class, I'd like to add, we also have what we call physiological barrier. When we say physiological barrier, class, it means that your body is not at its best condition. Let's say, for example, you have stomach ache or toothache. Definitely you can't communicate well if you are suffering from such. Class, please note that physiological and psychological are two different things. Do not be confused. When we say physiological, it has something to do with the state of your body, while psychological, it has something to do with your mental state. Okay? Now, Verderber, 1991, gives a similar idea of barrier when he clarifies noise into three kinds: external, internal, and semantic noise. Let's get to learn them in details. External noises are the sight, sound, and other stimuli that draw people's attention away from the intended meaning. Examples: noise from vehicles, singing at the neighborhood, visual aids in front of the classroom, the dog barking, the sound of airplane. Internal noises, however, are the thoughts and feelings that interfere with meaning. Examples: confrontation with a friend, fear of speaking in front of the class, racial prejudice. Lastly, semantic noises. Semantic noises are the alternate meaning aroused by a speaker's symbol. This idea means that a word may have another meaning in the minds of the other. This is affected by the language in which they grew and the culture in which they are exposed. Examples: incorrect grammar, using excessive jargons, and using idiomatic expressions. Alright, class. Now that you are familiar with the different types of barriers, let's try to do the activity 1 on what's more in your SLM. Directions. Identify the kind of communication barrier exemplified by each description. Tell whether it is physical, psychological, cultural, linguistic, or physiological barrier. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. I'll give you 5 seconds to answer each item. Number 1. Lack of self-confidence. What did you answer? It is psychological barrier. Number 2. Connotative and denotative meaning. It's easy, right? Did you answer linguistic barrier? You are right. Number 3. Loud party. Your answer should be physical barrier. Nice one. Keep going. Number 4. Different races. Great, you made the right choice. Cultural barrier. Number 5. Hearing problem. Did you answer physiological barrier? Great, keep it up. Number 6. Lack of interest and attention. Did you answer psychological barrier? Great, you're on the right track. Number 7. Different views and opinions. I'm glad you made the correct answer. Cultural barrier. Number 8. Using idiomatic expressions. You didn't forget it. It's linguistic barrier. Great. Number 9. Information overload. I hope you are not suffering from this while learning. It is psychological barrier. Great. Number 10. Feeling frustrated. Again, it is psychological barrier. Congratulations! Alright. Alright class, I hope you got a perfect score. Now, I want to know what you have learned. So please answer the what I have learned part on your SLM on page 9. Once again, I am Teacher EmmAnne and I am happy to serve. Enjoy learning class. Bye!